Jim Parsons was the lifeblood of one of the biggest sitcoms of all time, The Big Bang Theory. He was making a record-breaking salary and was known throughout the world. Then one day, he expressed a desire to leave out of the blue. That made the 12th season the last. The cast, crew, and fans were all shocked. Keep watching to learn why Jim Parsons quit The Big Bang Theory. Why did he quit? The Big Bang Theory was one of the most popular shows on CBS. The network wanted to renew it for at least another year before Jim left in 2019 after 12 years. He may not have realized the impact his decision would have. He thought the show could continue without him and focus on the other characters. Showrunner Steve Molaro agreed, but the producers didn't. Sheldon's socially inept antics were the primary draw. The network knew the show couldn't live without him, and it ended on May 16, 2019. The rest of the cast feels that the announcement could have been handled better. It was less about the fact that Jim wanted to leave and more about the fact that he didn't let anyone know in advance. Like most things in life, there was more than one reason for his departure. Jim was dealing with grief over losing his dog, as well as a painful leg injury. The primary reason, however, was a desire to try other roles. He told David Tennant's podcast that he was reflecting on his father's death. He was getting close to the age he died and said if he also had 6 years to live, there were other things he wanted to do. The Big Bang Theory gave him plenty of money, but what it didn't afford him was time. He already had a busy schedule while performing on Broadway and doing commercials. He felt he'd done everything he could with Sheldon and wanted to expand his career. What did Jim do next? Sheldon Cooper is the kind of role that can leave an actor like Jim Parsons set for life. As much as he may have wanted to, he couldn't leave him behind when The Big Bang Theory ended. He provided the adult voiceover for the spin-off Young Sheldon. It began September 25, 2017, and examines how the genius physicist grew up. He did get the chance to spread his wings in his career, though. Further roles include films such as The Big Year and The Muppets in 2011, Wish I Was Here in 2014, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile in 2019, and The Boys in the Band in 2020. He even produced Mayim Bialik's sitcom, Call Me Kat. Jim has also found love. He's been married to Todd Spiewak since May of 2017. What did the cast think, and what did they do next? Each member of the cast had a different reaction to the moment they entered a meeting to find out the 12th season would be their last. Johnny Galecki, Johnny, who played Leonard, said he was shocked and blindsided by Jim's decision to leave. He doesn't disagree with his reasonings, but still wishes they would have been given more advance notice. He says he considers the cast a family, and families talk issues out. He's also in the school of thought that the show couldn't have continued without Jim. He wouldn't have wanted it to continue without any of the cast or crew. Johnny moved on to another sitcom, The Connors, after filming ended. He also had his first child with Elena Meyer in December of 2019, but they split in November of 2020. Kaley Cucuo. Kaley played Penny, the one non-nerd in the show. She said the entire cast was shocked and even cried for several hours. She wrote on Instagram about how her heart was split in two after the life-changing ride on the show had ended. She also promised that the last season would be the best one yet. She was worried about what would happen next in her career, but it's continued to thrive thanks to other roles like the 2020 show The Flight Attendant on Max. Kaley married Carl Cook in June of 2018. They split in September of 2021. She then announced her romance with Tom Pelphrey in October of 2022. They had a child, Matilda, in March of 2023. Simon Helberg. Simon, who played Howard, used one word to describe Jim's departure: upsetting. He agrees with Johnny that there should have been more advance notice than a sudden meeting. He also doesn't feel that Jim canceled the show himself. Everyone's contractual run was over, and they just never got asked to renew their contracts. Simon took a break from acting for a bit after The Big Bang Theory ended. He then reappeared in the 2021 film Annette. He married Jocelyn Town in July of 2007. They have a daughter named Adeline and a son named Wilder. Mellissa Rauch. Mellissa, who played Howard's wife, Bernadette, called the announcement of Jim's departure a vulnerable moment. She saw that his choice to leave was not an easy one for him. It hurt her to see someone she cared about in that position, but she believed he spoke from the heart and understood why he did what he did. That type of positive attitude is what made her character so lovable. The same personality can be used to describe her other character, Abby Stone, on Night Court. She also got the chance to change her voice again, doing voiceover for cartoons like Robot Chicken, Cats and Dogs 3, Paws Unite, Animaniacs, and The Chicken Square. She married Winston Bagel in 2007. They have a daughter named Sadie and a son named Brooks. Kunal Nayyar. Kunal, who played Raj, could only describe the moment The Big Bang Theory ended with a metaphor. He said a weight had been lifted off his shoulders, but he didn't mean it positively or negatively. What that signified was most likely an opportunity to do new and fresh work. He recently starred in the 2022 Apple TV show Suspicion. He's also appeared in Sweetness in the Belly, Trolls World Tour, Think Like a Dog, and Criminal UK. The man who played the character who could never find love did in real life in December of 2011. That's when he married Neha Kapoor. Mayim Bialik. Mayim Bialik, who played Sheldon's girlfriend Amy, addressed the show's ending in her blog. She said that she appreciated the cast and crew and wasn't happy about the situation, but wanted to keep bringing joy to viewers. One way she did so was to move on to another sitcom, Call Me Kat. There was another surprising opportunity to entertain viewers that came to her after The Big Bang Theory. She was an interim host of the game show Jeopardy! From May 31st to June 11, 2021. She even earned a nomination in 2023 for an Emmy for Outstanding Host for a Game Show. Mayim also hosts a mental health podcast and has written 2 New York Times #1 bestsellers. She's even a mom with sons Miles and Frederick with ex-husband Michael Stone. How did the show end? Giving a show a proper ending is challenging, especially after sudden changes like a major actor leaving. The pressure was increased even further by the fact that 20 million viewers tuned in to the 2-part finale called The Change Constant and the Stockholm Syndrome. It fortunately didn't disappoint, because it wrapped up all the dangling plot threads. Penny's character arc took her from a shallow, hopeful actress to a mature pharmaceutical sales representative. His Nobel Prize speech wasn't a list of his accomplishments, but a thank you and apology to each of his friends. Howard matured once he married Bernadette. Their children, like his mother, had only existed off-screen, but viewers finally got to see them in the finale. Raj, the hopeless romantic, ironically has the least romantic finale. He tried to go to London to have an arranged marriage with a woman named Anu, but Howard stopped him at the airport. He helps him realize she wasn't right for him, and everything he needed was already in California. The characters spent the show's last few moments sitting around a coffee table eating takeout. The Big Bang Theory began how it ended, with friends enjoying each other's company. And what's more beautiful to watch than that? Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite TV show finale? And who was your favorite Big Bang character? Let us know in the comments section below.